Good evening, everyone. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Cross. Hi, Mia. Hope you're all doing great. And our guest today is Jeroen from Speeders and Scapes. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Thanks. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How's it going? You've been doing a marathon session to finish your castle build, which we shall look at in a second. So we shall have some exclusive pictures from that very soon. But how about you start by telling us about yourself?
Yeah. What do you want to know? I'm a Dutch guy who likes model building, and I don't model build for this long, a couple of years, and momentarily I build both sci-fi stuff and fantasy stuff. And the sci-fi stuff being model kits that like you can just buy in the store, and I just assemble them and just modify a bit sometimes and paint them. And fantasy stuff is even though I don't play any mini war games, I like to build scenery for those games. So that's basically what I do. Yeah.
Okay. How did you get into model building?
Yeah, as a kid, I built some military planes, of course, but a lot of kids do this. But I was always a bit interested. I remember also when I was also still a kid, my mother was quite surprised. I think they were away for a few hours, and I was playing alone in my room. And from the packaging of an old machine, like styrofoam, I made an entire Arctic base, with including puppets and everything.
Oh, okay.
So there was always an interest, and during my study, I studied fine arts, a bachelor in this, and I also used scale models, but very crude. It was more it was only with paper and cardboard and those kind of things. That was only to generate photographs that would, for example, try to get clear a fake youth memory or a feeling that I had then that's difficult to catch, and to make it in such a way that it would be kind of universal, as they call it, and other people would recognize some of the feeling. So it wasn't per se like what I do now, make models that are quite realistic and well built, if I may say so myself. But that I did, and I've always had something with scale models and this kind of stuff. But I'm only building serious since a couple of years, and I haven't built so much models yet.
It's interesting though that you mentioned that simple models to provoke a memory or a reaction, because that's still a very useful skill to have when you're building something more detailed, because you can focus on creating a mood or stuff like that.
Yeah, and other things too. I think, without bragging, my education does help me to analyze on the go my artistic process, if you want to call it that. And that goes from checking the balance in a model, come to colors, or how black or how white something is, or how the one side look compared to the other, or indeed thinking about what kind of atmosphere should it have, or how big should something be, or is the composition still all right? I look. That's what I learned too in art school. Like when you're drawing from a model, you have to almost look more at the model than at your paper if you do it well. So I look a lot at my model while I even take pictures of it for myself, and I look at it when I'm laying in bed. And when it's not good, it can bother me so much that I can sometimes not even get to sleep right away. I'm that serious. Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you analyze your process very carefully, because, for example, I don't have that formal training in design or in art, so mostly my process is like, does it look right? No, maybe add a little here, maybe take away a little here. So do you actually start to plan out all those things in advance, or is it something like?
No, I don't know, and maybe other people have this process too. But I can maybe I can talk well about it, or I'm aware about it because I did that education, or just because who I am. I'm a very analytic person.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I plan a bit. I do, yeah, to give you also an answer on your question. I plan a little bit. I need a departure point. That's always difficult for me, and it's not because I have no ideas, but because I have too many ideas. And
I know what that
I'm
feels
always
like.
afraid not to choose the best one, almost. Or if I build a city wall, then I cannot do a crash spaceship at the same time. What shall I do next? For this one, I wanted to build a tower. I like building towers, but then with something more connected to it, and I knew it had to be ruined because I made a sketch, and I wanted to be a bit gothic and a little bit like, I call it Art Deco-ish. It reminded me, in my head I had a bit images from that thing from Ghostbusters, that
All right.
temple, that kind of square shapes, but still very medieval, you know.
Okay.
So I made a sketch, and one thing was clear for me: the vertical, lines that you see across the building had to. You don't have the images now, but they
Okay.
had to be. Doesn't matter. They had to be there. So I make a sketch, but then I let it go also a bit. Every time I let it go a bit, and while I'm pretty controlling in the process too, in the little steps, I also let go and I try out a lot of things, and I let things sort of evolve, and I see what works or what doesn't work. You can make up something, and when you really build it in 3D, it doesn't look well at all. I wanted to put a big flame on top of this castle because it's a dragon themed castle, and I was building that thing, and it didn't look, it looked ridiculous. I thought this needs more realism, so I made a realistic gothic spare on it, and it looks nice, I think. But that you sometimes only know when you're already busy, so you cannot think of everything in advance.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, while we're talking about builds, let me just drop the link to the community showcase in the chat in case anyone wants to add something there. And yeah, so when we were doing the sound test yesterday, you mentioned that your design is not linear, so sometimes you try a little bit to test if it goes right. Sometimes you remove parts. So how do you do that? Because I'll be honest, there are some steps, for example, like giving a wash over a large area. I'm really terrified of that because it looks okay, but I'm afraid of ruining it.
The technical steps I take, it's quite basic, I think. I black base always. Like I'm talking about a model kit now. I black base it. It means you spray it with black base coat, base paint. Then I highlight, of course, with most of the time not white, but very light gray.
Okay.
I highlight some like panels or parts that stick out, but in the end, when I was a bit highlighted, I also make a random patterns on it with the lighter color because I don't want it to look too cartoonish. With all due respect, you have some people that are great technical model builders, but they build the Geo tank and they make exactly each panel they appreciate, and then they go over it and they leave too much pre-shading shining through also, and it pops gigantically. It looks cool, but to me it looks too much like a comic. So I want it to look realistic always.
I see. So
but the next step is the next step is a base coat, and in case like of Slave One, for example. Oh, you
okay. Let me bring.
You can also take that. Yeah.
This one, okay.
No, it doesn't matter. But in case of some vehicles, you have multiple layers, of course. If you have a weathered base coat, sorry, the basic the color paint I'm talking about. Then I do most of the time I do first some washes, just with a bit with acrylics, but not too much. Sometimes I dull down some colors, sometimes I highlight parts, and then you go automatically into the chipping. And for me, chipping and giving accents is the same thing. You see what I do a lot of time in a dark wash. I chip with light chips, like you see there next to the cannon, and that makes it pop, and that looks to me also realistic.
Okay, so we go with dark chipping where it's light, and then with light chipping where it's
not
dark.
per se only, because when you have new chips and you have old chips.
Okay.
And the older ones can be covered already by dirt, and the newest ones not. It was already dirty, and then it chips, then it looks light. But it's not something I think about consciously, but actually you have to do both a bit.
All right.
Yeah. And then I didn't do that yet on this model. I didn't know that then. But you can also, if you've done all these steps, you can also varnish the model with a gloss clear coat, and then you can use thinned down oils, for example, to do some more weathering, to make streaks. You should be careful though. You get the right turpentine that's meant for this kind of work, or else it's too aggressive and it will eat through the other paint.
Oh, ouch! Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that Dungeon Matron has joined us. Hi, Lisa. I do have a question about chipping. Do you use chipping medium or some kind of cover? Or do you literally just paint the chips?
I paint a lot of chips, but for the X-Wing, maybe you can get a picture of the side of the X-Wing.
Okay, one sec. Side of the X-Wing. Where did it go? This one?
No, the painted one.
Yeah, this is a work in progress. This one?
Yeah, there you can see it a bit, and the colors on the colored how do you call that?
The stripes here.
Stripes, yeah, they're chipped, and partly I did that with salt chipping. So you mix salt with water until you get something that's thick enough to apply, but thin enough to play around with, and you add that over the red color. Sorry, you add that over the base color of the X-Wing. Then you spray your red color, and where there's salt, there won't be any red, of course. And you wash up the salt, and you get a bit natural. But I used this kind of techniques. I've also used the latex masking stuff from Vallejo. That's specially for this. But I had to get used to that, man.
Yeah, how so?
I put way too much, and then you pull off the half of all your paint. You really have to use just a little bit. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I repainted the slave one like 4 times.
Oh, because of the of the masking.
Yeah, other reasons. I used turpentine also accidentally instead of water one time. Then I had to take everything off. But I do chipping with salt. Some people do it also with hairspray, but I never tried. But if that process is done, I will also always still paint in the same area to get it more like I want it.
Okay, so you do the chipping and then you correct it with a paintbrush, right?
Yeah, I add a little bit, I correct a bit. I always, yeah. I'm not so fast happy with the model. So. Yeah.
Okay, so I think here we've got the different layers showing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is chipped. This was the right chipping attempt, I think. But I also painted a lot still in there, and also like in between colors. How do you call it?
Like
when you look really well, you have not only like the gray and the red color, you have a kind of pinkish color in between. And I didn't have enough of that on the lines, say, going up. So I painted a lot still there. But you have to be careful. You have to make the right paint, and you have to, with acrylics, take a big enough brush, or else you're going to see all these little streaks, and you don't want that.
Of course, it has to be consistent color. I mean, and here it looks like you've gone into a massive amount of detail.
Yeah, it got worse after I worked further. But this is there you see this quite a bright red color. But
yeah.
I also watch tutorials, of course, on say YouTube, and the trick is to dull it all down with a grimy gray mist, and then you get the rusty light color you see here. And you see here, it's much more, much less bright here.
It looks amazing.
You just paint the colors brighter on also on the, not only on the skirt but also on the hull of the ship, especially the green.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just spray the grime over the whole ship. But what you have to be careful with this one is that you don't start your light color on the hull, your gray. You don't start it too dark, because when you spray the grime, your whole ship gets too dark, and that's like reason 2 I had to repaint the whole thing. I always have a lot of pleasure from the money of buying the models. No, the slave one took me really long.
Okay, Campaign Terrain is saying that these are all great, but the snow speeder is beyond. Yeah, we will look at that very soon. Okay, and I see that Sophie has joined us. Hi, Sophie. Yeah, let's bring up the snow speeder, because that does look amazing. There's some fantastic detail in here.
You know, that's I think the first model kit I ever built seriously.
No way. Okay.
Yeah, and it's small. It's Bandai. The kits are most of the time not really big. But
Okay.
yeah, I really felt like doing a lot of detail on this one. That's a combination of chipping technique, painting, and everything, and just trying, adding. What I also do is a lot of time I don't. A lot of time when I'm in doubt if I should take something a step further,
Mm-hmm.
I tend to do it, because else, yeah, I'm sometimes a difficult person, but for myself, then I think, what if I don't do it? Maybe it would look better, and I miss out on that. I should try it, and then you 50% of the time it doesn't look good at all, and you have to remove it or do it over. But when it does look good, your model will get better, of course. So I always try to do one step more if I think, yeah. It's also difficult for me to know when to stop. That's also important.
Oh yeah, totally. I think that was one of the things that having a YouTube channel helped me with, because at some point you have to stop and make a video and put it out. So there's a kind of limit eventually.
Honestly, well, I was a bit happy that the tower was finished. But yeah, I was dreaming about that tower, man. No, I like working on it, but it's also nice. I have already other ideas I want to build. So
Yeah, I get you. So Campaign Terrain is asking, are those oil washes on the speeder?
no, it's all acrylics also.
Okay. And Sophie say,
I read, and I don't know if this is true, that you never know with the internet. They said that the Bandai kits weren't really resistant for the solvents that you need to paint with oils. But I'm not sure if that person didn't use too aggressive turpentine. But I didn't want to risk it.
yeah, I get that. Yeah,
so I just used acrylics. But I'm not sure. Don't ask me.
So yeah, Sophie's saying you can't learn if you don't take some risks. Absolutely. But
yeah, but that risk could have melted everything. That was, if you're talking about using oils in that one, I could do it with acrylics. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, for taking risks and stuff, I usually prefer to, if I'm not sure about something, I prefer to make something very small and test on that rather than something I've been working on for 3 months.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I am too lazy or impatient to make proofs. I never make test pieces only.
Yeah, I mean, I only make them if there's something I'm really not certain about, because otherwise, yeah, whatever, let's see what happens.
Yeah. No, yeah. I only exercised on a piece of paper twice today for the static grass, but that went well. I didn't shock myself even.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah. Yeah, this underside was so. There's also people altering this because it's not exactly movie accurate, but I think it looks cool.
It
But
does
that
look cool.
was for me really. Sorry, what do you want to say?
No, I said it does look cool.
It was for me difficult to find the right green. It's such an in-betweenish green color.
All
But
right.
I think it turned out all right. But here I used oils a lot.
So,
I do like it.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
Here I used oils in as the last step in the process. I used oil paints.
Okay. Do you use a lot of references when you're working? Because I'm noticing things like the dirt and the burn marks around the panels and things like that.
What do you mean? You use?
Photographic reference.
Yeah, I use references for the Slave One certainly
Okay.
because
Hello?
yeah, I'm still here.
Okay, sorry, because you stopped abruptly. I thought the sound had
Oh
gone
yeah,
off.
yeah. I was done talking. Okay.
And let's see, I think if we got the interior as well, yeah?
Yeah, this is the custom-made cockpit.
Custom made? It's not part of the kit?
Yeah, I custom-made it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, the outside is original, and the sort of desk top is original. The half circle, circly thing, and the rest, almost everything I made. I just made it from plastic card, which I bent very unhealthy with a lighter under it. And the periscope, you see, that's a part of the Bandai snow speeder kit that held up the rear flaps in a certain
Okay.
position that I don't press. I looked at the original Disney ILM photographs of the cockpit. There's not so many to find online. You can of course use the Mandalorian as a reference, but I think they made up the interior afterwards. And in like e.g., I don't think in the original movie the Slave One had a seats under in the underside. They had a cargo space, so I made it like that also. And also the chair I made like how I think it should look and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a painted close-up. There are so
Yes.
many bits in there.
Yeah, it was this one I also built 3 times, and it's made also out of guitar strings and little wires, just normal electricity wires and whatever I could. But yeah.
Okay, and here it is in the
In the cockpit, yeah, I never made a cockpit before where the glass wasn't in a frame. So I had to also Google how to glue this properly, and I did it with white glue eventually.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about it because how would you attach that?
Yeah, white glue is good. It doesn't melt anything. If you really need to take it off, you can take it off again, but it's strong enough to hold it while you have it standing somewhere. So it worked out fine.
So that okay, that's interesting because I didn't think about PVA glue for plastic to plastic connections.
No.
Okay, because I know that super glue sometimes will just create that white fog on the glass, which messes
Yeah,
it up.
then you can get the fog. Yeah, I read that too, and I didn't want that, so I used the PVA, and it was a bit diluted with a little bit of water, and it worked fine. And
Good to know.
it dries completely clear, of course. Yeah, yeah. This is in between the last photo. There, it's
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, so let's talk about a bit about this X-wing because one thing I really like about this is the way you're presenting it, the photography here, which is I think you really went an extra mile on here just for the photography.
Yeah, I have it here. I can show it how it is without the light, if you want.
Oh, okay. One sec, let me bring you up.
It's not boring, but it's less photo film like. You see, it's more gray.
I mean, the details and stuff are definitely still there.
Yeah. Yeah. What you want to ask me?
Okay, because just could you walk me through this photography setup you've got here? Because
Yeah, it's very simple. Huh? I just took a simple like IKEA desk light and another one, and one I put a bit of blue foil in front, and I used there's a piece of styrofoam on the right there.
Mhm.
I used that to bounce back the light from the other lamp because it was a bit too bright, and when you bounce it a bit, you get a bit of light also on the other side of the X-wing. And
Okay,
this, and
so
in
you
the
have
paper, I put like a band, so you get you don't have a horizon.
yeah. Okay, so it's not folded. It has a smooth curve over there. Okay,
Yeah, that's why I put it there, and I just put it with magnets on a board I have there. So it's really simple, actually.
that's a pretty cool setup. So we've got direct light from the large lamp, direct light from the small lamp, and bounce light from the styrofoam. Okay.
Yeah, there's not even red light; it's just yellow light, and it's normal light, so to speak. And I just did the blue, blue stuff before the other light,
I got you.
and
All
that's
right.
it. Yeah. It's cool to experiment a little bit with these things, and as you can see, it doesn't have to be difficult or expensive.
Yeah, and again, I mean, taking presentation photos for models sometimes is a bit left behind because people spend a lot of time building the model or painting it or whatever, but then photographing it
Yeah,
is a bit weak sometimes.
yeah,
So,
but maybe I'm thinking now. Not everyone cares also about this. I like to present my stuff and show my stuff and build, and I like also doing this. I like photoshopping a little bit and making the photos beautiful. I
so
also like to make reels, for instance,
okay.
with text and everything to and music. Yeah. But maybe other people just like to build or they don't know exactly how to do it. But yeah, I'm telling you now, it's not that hard.
I mean, the setup is pretty straightforward, and
Yeah,
definitely know this could come in useful.
it hangs there with the fishing wires, of course. You can still see them on some photos. I saw that when I made a few photos a bit lighter because
Okay.
Instagram makes everything so dark always.
Instagram
But
changes the color settings.
I'm not sure, but it looked dark to me, so
All
I
right.
made it lighter. Well,
Okay, so let's go back a few photos. Okay, the speeder bike.
yeah.
And
Oh yeah, that guy left out finally. I didn't really like. I didn't really like how the figure looked, and it took away a view on the bike itself. So I tried to modify him. You can see the milliput on him,
oh
where
yeah, I see it.
I changed things that weren't correct or ugly. But I stopped. I just did the bike. Uh,
Okay, and I see here the gradients that you're putting in. Do you use an airbrush or is it?
yeah, yeah,
All
I
right.
have an airbrush. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I always use airbrush and painting to finish. I don't know if I made it to beige or other people. Most people make it a bit more brown than I like, but this look a bit like the toy version from Kenner, the old one. I really like this color.
Okay. Well, Patelia has joined us. Hi, Martin. Dropped in
Sorry,
during the close-up of the scratch-built cockpit. Spectacular detail work. It is here. Are all these models scratch-built or kits or a mix of both?
my
So,
models, the vehicles are all kits. Almost all of them are old kits from MPC, by the way, that I built, that I bought secondhand, except the Bandai, of course. Uh, the other things I make, the scenery things are of course scratch built with XPS foam.
But yeah, the cockpit is heavily modified, no? I mean, you rebuilt most of that yourself.
Is not stuck. The cockpit was not stuck, and on this one, this speeder bike, I also did some small things. I changed some wires with guitar strings because the plastic wires were a bit too thick and not, they were not in a natural shape, so to speak.
You pay a lot of attention to making them accurate to the movie, it seems.
Yeah. Yeah, and I also look up what other people have done, and I saw that someone modified this, and I think, hey, that's a good idea. I can do that too. I had enough guitar strings laying around, so that was no problem. You see those white things that is just that's the D string of an electric guitar, to be precise.
These ones, the one going out from the handle?
Sorry?
These ones over here, the ones going out from the handle?
Yeah.
All right.
The light one, yeah, from the handle to the down below. Like gas and brake cable or something. I don't know what it is. And that's a cautious chip there, really on purpose.
This one here?
I just thought aesthetic, it looked nice to have it there between the two parts. The silver is white.
Yeah, it does it. It does it to it. It creates a bit more contrast.
Yeah, it accentuates that there's two shapes meeting each other there, so to speak.
So yeah, so even the damage has to be kind of planned, I guess. Yeah.
I do look at, when you know how composition works, it looks natural because the ideal composition is based on nature. Nature has what we perceive as an ideal division between items.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So to answer your question, yes, I do look a bit like if the composition is all right, even in chipping where I chip, but if it's all right, it also looks natural if it's balanced.
Yeah, it kind of does. I mean, you can see that you could have bombed that place over there or whatever, so it doesn't look like, hey, what's that doing there?
No.
Okay.
Thanks.
Let's move on to this one.
I haven't built so much scenery yet. This was one of my first serious attempts.
How big is this? It looks like it could be pretty large.
Oh no, it's maybe 50 centimeters, I think.
About, yeah, it's still pretty large.
I know the tower I built now is much larger.
Yeah, I can't wait to bring that up but we will have a look at it soon. But yeah, it does look amazing.
Thanks. I like that there's what I like about how it turns out that it's a small thing, but there are some few things to do or something. Like you have a little door there and a thingy there.
Yeah, I like how you how you worked it into the. So you've got rocks and then you've got the stonework, but they fit into each other rather than the rock stops here and then the tower starts. I like that.
Yeah, I worked a bit on that. Yeah, with I did a little bit of finding out to get this. Yeah, the window. I think I saw it somewhere when I was on holiday. Window is shaped like a cross, like that.
It's interesting that you went for the playable stairs, even if you were not planning to use this in a game. Here we go. And
this is in either base coat or pre-shading. I'm not sure. I think I already shaded it here. Yeah, a bit.
Okay.
But I'm gonna also not tell myself anymore now. I do have a better airbrush cabinet now.
If it works, it works.
I put two of them together, of those boxes, and build my own detachable thing around it, so I have bigger space to work.
Yeah, that helps. Okay, so can we bring up the castle video?
Yes, it's good.
All right. Here you go. I mean, this thing looks enormous.
This is it's 95 centimeter high, I think. Yeah, it got a bit out of hand.
Just a bit.
Yeah. No, I really built it like high enough so it could actually be blade-like for each Warhammer, but it's not really super strong. Some parts aren't. Most is, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when I saw this on Facebook for the first time, one of the things I really liked about it is that the arches look really delicate.
Yeah, but that's not so fragile. It's only the gargoyles sticking out that you have to be careful with. The dragons on the sides.
Ooh,
Those are a bit fragile. But I did mod patch everything really well, so it's quite sturdy and yeah.
Lovely. You know, I also like some of the internal where you've got the damage, like one of the corners. Maybe it will come up again in a bit. But you've got the kind of bricks from inside the damaged corner show through, which is a really nice detail.
I did. I cut out some pieces and I placed them back, but I moved them a bit and then I glue them in again, like they're torn but not already fallen to the ground. You know.
Oh, all right.
You see it. You can see it very well at the top piece, just under the spire. But I don't know if that's coming now. Yeah, there. It's not so easy to see on the video. Maybe on the photos.
Okay, we'll have a look at the photos, don't worry. And just giving the video another spin.
I really like to put all that black on this thing.
Yeah? How come?
Yeah, it gives it some kind of a powerful look, I think.
All right.
A bit, yeah. I wanted to have it to have a lot of contrast.
I really like the dome on the roof.
Yeah, I stole it from Dracula Castle from the Coppola Dracula movie.
That's an amazing movie.
I love it. Yeah, mine is a bit pointier though, but that castle is amazing too. That model, by the way. I like it also in that movie that they used a lot of real models instead of computer animations, CGI. You can feel it.
I think it's I think that the Francis Ford Coppola movie was a bit too early for heavy CGI, no?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the practical effects are always better in my opinion.
Yeah, in my opinion too. Especially for a movie like that.
Okay, you won. They did notice the Bridget.
Sorry?
I said they did notice the Bridget.
I don't understand you, Karl, so can you speak a bit slower?
Sorry. I said you were right earlier. The viewers did notice the Bridget on the tower.
Ah, okay.
Okay, and they're also saying that the gargoyles are amazing.
Oh, thanks. I hope I did the plants well because I never did so many plants before. The flocking.
The plants look amazing.
I didn't want it to be too much, but it's so difficult when you're working and you have quite a good light on my desk, and you're really up close to the model, and then you put it away. I do that on purpose in a bit not so bright light, and then all the plants look like not enough, you know. But when you're working on it, it look almost like too much. It's always so difficult to find the right balance in things when you make it.
Yeah, and that is a very good point, because sometimes when we're working, we've got our working light, we've got our face in the model, it does look very different. So sometimes, that's good advice to take a step back and look at it that way.
I put it on another table even here in my attic where there's different light. And then I look again when it's daytime in the natural light. And it's not that it has to be perfect in every light, but then you have more points of view almost, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I've been loving about this is the soft changes in color in the stone.
Yeah. I struggle with that a bit. I tried a bit, had fun with it also. I did first almost only black and white, and a little bit of gray. And I made basically how I wanted the big what do you call that? The big areas to look, the big shapes. And then I used burnt umber mainly, and some kind of I have it here. Then I must look it up. Some kind of blue, and I made them a bit both. I spray a little bit, not everywhere, but a bit here, a bit there of the colors till it was right.
Okay, that's
and then sorry.
I said I wouldn't have realized that you had used blue, but now that I looked very closely, I can see the areas where that would be.
Yeah, I had to use blue because, like on the with my little examination, for the colors with the Photoshop, my conclusion was that I wanted the colder schedule, so that's more with blues. So I used more blue than red, I think, than umber.
That's another interesting thing that I wanted to ask you about, because I saw that on your Facebook page that when you were planning to paint this, you had put up a photo in Photoshop and you started experimenting there. That's a really good idea. Is that something you do often, or just for this one?
No, I don't. I do it in my photography. I also do night photography. That has not really everything to do with modeling, but
okay.
That's more like free art, so to speak, fine art. Then I'm used to doing it then to check how it looked with different color settings. But for this one, I had a fake image in my head what I wanted the stones to look like with a lot of black stains and everything. But when I wanted to check if I had it right, so I looked at photos of European cathedrals, but most of these are made of sandstone, so it's yellowish. And I thought that warm colors like yellow, they don't look scary, I want to look a bit eerie because it needs to be scary. That's cool, but not too scary. And then you're afraid to work on it yourself. But no, I'm just kidding. So I realized I have to make this clear. So I took photos of the thing. I loaded them in Photoshop and I painted over the photos with actually colors that you can in Photoshop copy colors from other photos. So I copy like from the Cologne Cathedral in Germany. I copied the yellow and I put it. And then I concluded that indeed I needed to use more bluish, grayish schedule instead of a yellow and more reddish. But you need the red to make the bit contrast. If I would have made it all blue and gray, it would be boring and like flat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm looking at the arches here, and that the bricks sticking out really. I mean, there are interesting shapes everywhere you look, which makes it really fascinating to explore.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I did that though with hot wire cutter and a little bit. I made the shape like the stairs-like shape, the broken bricks, and then I had to make some loose bricks, and I also glued them on, also to make it more three-dimensional.
Okay. Oh yeah, and this is another thing that I really want to talk about. These sculptures and reliefs. Plus the door. The door also looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm still not sure if I put the hinges the right way around though. I couldn't find my reference pick anymore. I think it's supposed to be like this, but yeah. You see the little triangles are in the middle. I'm not sure if those are the hinges. I don't think so. But okay, that aside,
I don't think so. No. So how did you build that? Is that a foam as well?
How I did that?
The door, yeah. Is it also foam?
That's foam, yeah.
All right.
I just took like the little ruler, the triangle one for mathematics,
Yeah.
And in the same angle I drew all the lines. I just drew the grid within the squares, and I just pushed it out with a sharp pencil.
Okay, and then you just dotted the those holes with the pencil.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did make it sharp enough so you can actually make little squares. They're not round. I wanted it to be really realistic, precise and realistic. And then I
That's a
just
lot of
put up.
holes.
Sorry.
I said that is a lot of holes.
Yeah. And the dragon I took. This dragon image I took from a book. I was in a great second-hand store just in the next town from here, and they had a really cheap book with all kind of medieval symbols in it and icons. So I
Nice.
bought it, of course. And there I got this dragon off. The other dragons on the side, the gargoyles, are all from Notre Dame, I think, inspired.
These guys, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit my own design, but a little bit look. I want, if you want something to really look medieval, you should use a medieval example, I think, or else
Yeah, for sure.
you have to be very lucky to catch that atmosphere. And that on top of the dragon are, of course, references to flames.
Okay, I get
I
it.
don't know if people see this, but yeah, it's supposed to be some kind of fire. And I just pressed that all in in the foam. I used. I can show you.
Okay.
This one.
One sec.
Just on top of this, because I have laying around, you can use something else too, but that's to press away the bigger areas.
All right.
Then I use this clay sculpting tool. The fine one looks like a dentist tool. You know
All
what
right.
I mean? To press the little things, and I just press back what I don't want to be up anymore.
Interesting.
And
All
then
right.
you leave out the. Of course, I draw it first, but then you leave out the dragon and the flames and everything.
It's a lot more visible in this shot.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah. And, whoa. And I think you mentioned that you had magnetized this for storage, so these levels come apart.
Yeah, I magnetized it so you can take the tower apart in 3 parts. The magnets are hidden. I just put a very thin layer of foam. I made with my foam cutter. I have this thing so you can make also a certain thick of foam. So I cut really a small slice and I glued it over the magnets so you don't even see them.
Oh,
And,
wow. Okay. So
you can take it. This is the underside of the. You see, I put it all nice away, and it still works. I put enough
okay.
magnets in there that it still has power. I didn't want you to see that, and you can take it apart in 3 parts, the tower, and you can also take off the part of the ground where the arches are standing on.
Okay.
It's also for myself, so I can store this thing.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously.
I think I'm going to build a custom cabinet for it to display it, but with the plexiglass. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to do that. So now I can take it apart and put it away if I want. Or if you want to take it somewhere, it's also easier, of course.
Eventually, yeah. But I mean, I was a bit surprised about what you just said about the thin slice of foam, because that's an extreme level of attention to detail, and that's pretty amazing. Because
the doors, you mean?
No, hiding the magnets.
Yeah, I was also some kind of anxiety of mine that was exaggerated. I was maybe afraid that they could get pulled through if you didn't cover it. So that's also why I did it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, there was a guy on the internet who did it, and he said if you put hot glue over it, it won't come out. But I wasn't sure, so I thought, okay, better safe than sorry. I cover it.
When I use magnets, which is not very often, I usually just go with 2-part epoxy. And
yeah, okay.
That's strong enough, I guess. Yeah, but
yeah. That I could also do, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Just the color of that moss over there and growth, that looks fantastic.
Yeah, parts is really moss, or the fake moss, of course, and parts is yeah. I didn't like when I did especially the yellow moss, that it wasn't continuing, or it was too much contrast with the rest of the model. You know what I mean? Like a loose element glued on there. So I also painted a lot of the same or similar colors around it, and I also repainted some of the flocking because I didn't like it was too bright. I wanted to have an autumn-like atmosphere and not a summery atmosphere or a spring-like atmosphere. So I did a lot of painting still in the end, which you can maybe only see when you look really close, but it does tie everything together.
Oh yeah, totally. But yeah, that's an interesting point. So, so this yellow, for example, was not part of your original plan.
No, I did. You know, I worked today still to finish this, and it's all today's work. I didn't have lunch, Karl.
Oh no!
I wanted this to be finished because it would be so much fun to show it on the podcast. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm happy I did this.
I mean, it is beautiful. This is an amazing piece of work.
Thanks.
Okay. What about these windows here?
That's also foam, by the way.
How do you even cut them like that?
I just make it very thin, and then I drew out the shape, and I just with a really sharp pencil again, I just write on it and write on it till it goes through, and that's quite fragile. And when it's a bit still sticky there, with a little knife, I cut it. But the most I just and you do it from. What I did, if you make it from one side, the back side will look like shit, of course. So what I did, I thought, how can I solve this? I make for one window, I made two of these things and glue them with the back together. You know.
I see. So we hide. Okay, all right.
So then it looks good from both sides, and it's a bit stronger also.
Is there a reason you used a pencil rather than a knife to cut them?
I used the pencil both and a knife, but most is done with the pencil.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, but you gotta have a lot of patience for this because you will screw up a few times and have to start again.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got the dome at the top of the cut. So I'm guessing that the ribs are foam, right? What's
Everything's foam. Yeah.
Even the roof. Okay.
The ribs also, yeah, and the tiles also.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I just I made for that one. I made a small. I could never do the small cardboard model to because I needed to know about approximately the angles and everything and the length.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just got that shape with the hot wire cutter, and it was yeah,
nice.
It went all right.
Okay, so here we have the whole structure. So how long does this take you? I mean, when did you start building this? It's been a few months, yeah.
2 months ago.
2 months ago. Nice.
Yeah, I do have a lot of time nowadays due to circumstances. But I was thinking about this a bit before the interview. I think there's approximately. Let me think. I say this right. I think it's 20 hours a week almost.
Ooh.
So it's right 160 hours in the model.
Yeah, but again, it's one of those models that you can look at it and say, okay, that's where all those hours went because of all the detail in there.
Yeah. I don't regret it also, but yeah, but next project I'm gonna make something a bit smaller.
Yeah, fair enough.
Actually, no, I was. How do you say that in English? I was free spirited enough, I think, to I was in a bigger town nearby here, and they had a toy store there. I was just with a friend chilling in the town, and the guy had they also had the Warhammer and fantasy stuff. So I asked the guy, "Is this your store?" "Oh no, just this part." And I just said, "Hey, I make scenery. Will you put some of my stuff in your store?" And he said, "Okay." But I show him the tower, and it's much too big. He has a smaller space there. So I need to make something small, and I can put it in the store. That's the story, actually.
Okay.
So that will be my next project. I think it will be a city wall or something.
Yeah, fair enough.
With some things around it. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see what you come up with.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the city wall, probably a simple idea, but if you build it with this much detail, it's going to look amazing.
There are gonna be some small towers and gates and water and all new there. I want also to experiment with making water because I never did that. So
With what, sorry?
water, like a mold
Okay.
or something.
Oh,
I want
nice.
to learn how to do that too, because that's something I never. I try to find things, new things to learn when I do a new project. I like it.
Lovely view of the interior here. And another thing I like about this is that the size. I mean, it is huge, but most tabletop models tend to be smaller. I mean, even if it's a cathedral, it tends to be very small. This looks like, in proportion, it looks like the proportions of an actual cathedral.
Yeah, the proportions are, I think, good for 28 millimeters. It's just a big tower. I for playing this, the measurements are good. I kept the right height per room. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Sophie's saying, love seeing ruins with plenty of rubble on the floor. It is so often overlooked. Just true, yeah. Okay, close-ups of the windows and the gargoyles.
Yeah. This one I did actually design a bit myself. I'm thinking now while I see it.
All right. And yeah, I see what you meant about having them look correct from both sides, because it is it's a ruin, so it's open. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you press through, the other side gets very ugly, and it's difficult to get it correct. Yeah. The stairs are made with large cocktail sticks, and the smaller round ones are in between.
Okay.
The stairs is made with cocktail sticks, the big ones. You know, party. How do you call that?
These guys, yeah, the leathers.
Yeah, that's one of the few things that's wood. Not the plateaus. It's all foam almost. So it's a few details, but.
Did you put those little breaks in between the?
Yeah, I broke them because the whole building's damaged. So the stairs must certainly also be. Was my thought.
Oh man.
It's weaker than the stone, so.
And you drilled through the cocktail sticks to put the small.
Yeah, I drilled through, and I put the sticks through it. So you have or else it's very difficult to make with round steps.
Seriously, I salute your attention to detail, because that is amazing.
And can you believe I'm even irritated that you still have those holes there? I had to hold myself back not to also close that, but I was like, FUCK it. I'm going further with this model. This is too crazy even for me. But and now that I left it, it looks kind of cool actually.
I mean, realistically, if you had that kind of ladder or stairs, those holes would be there.
Yeah, in the construction, yeah, it's illogical with the construction. That's true. Yeah.
I want to see if I can, oh yeah, I wanted to have a closer look at these guys here because
Oh yeah, there's some statues of important people, knights or something that died for the castle. And this is also after a real medieval sculpture.
And it really adds a lot to it, yeah.
Sorry?
It really adds a lot to the build.
Yes, I think something recognizable. That thing there is my favorite part. That above in the arrow.
Here the rose window here.
Yeah, just how this part looks, I really like it.
Yeah, and how it frames that broken pillar. Yeah.
I also spend a lot of time making spiral stairs that I never used.
Seriously?
Yeah, but that's a pain in the where.
Yeah.
I thought it was simple, right? But where do you get off? Where do you get on it? How does it continue? How many steps to get in the right place to get to the floor? But that's not why I left them out, because they were just distracting too much as a shape. So you can also imagine that the stairs for the lower floors were somewhere what's now ruined, so it doesn't matter. But I did think about it.
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I did try to make a building with a spiral staircase once, but in the end, I didn't finish it. But at the end, calculating the heights was so much of a pain that I decided I'm just going to build the staircase and then I'm going to fit the building around it.
Yeah, because else it destroys you mentally.
Yes.
It's not fun anymore. No. Yeah. I did save them. Maybe I'll use them in another project, but I don't think so. Yeah, I even built almost half a round tower, but it didn't look good with the square ones. Because you also have to. I want to make the spiral stairs like outside of the floors. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like a modern elevator, you also have sometimes outside in the compartment. But it didn't look nice to have a round shape near the square tower. So that's also a reason why I terminated that idiotic project.
Okay, now if you want something that will really break your mind, try to do a spiral staircase inside the square tower.
Yeah. First, take at least half a year off whatever you're doing and start a study about it. Then reconsider and take another half year to build it.
No, but seriously, don't try it. You will never talk to me again. You'll probably hate me forever if you try.
They will hate you for it. Yeah, I don't take any accountability. Don't do it. Yeah. But this was also a last moment action of mine to make and I'm really happy with it, to make those white streaks on the back wall. You see that?
Yeah.
It works like a charm, I think.
So that's after you put the black wash, then you put the. Is it just white paint? How do you?
Yes, just I was on purpose a bit messy with my paints. So it's white combined with some rests, some leftovers of all the kind of colors I used on the foliage, on the plants.
Yeah.
So it's probably white with a little bit of yellow and a little bit of earth color or something. And I just did some streaks there in a crazy mood, and it looks great, I think. Like something leaked there,
Yeah. Okay, look at
and the practical side in the model is it's very dark inside, and it brings to the eye more the wall in the back, of course, to have some white.
That's a good point. But yeah, I was looking at this collapsing stone over here.
Where's that? I cannot see it well on my phone even.
Sorry, it's at the top where you've got the arch and the floor falling down.
I can look live at the model. I have to.
Yeah, it's the top of the arch where the
that was quite in the beginning. I decided I wanted to make some elements in the. I don't want it to be a hollow tube, the ruined tower. I want to make some elements inside that suggested that there were structures before, and ceilings and floors, and it is of course a very nice shape to break the squareness of the rest.
Yeah,
to have these arches.
And it looks very realistic in the way that that is breaking.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. That I didn't research, by the way. I just tried everything.
It worked. It definitely worked.
One guy asked me on the yeah, thanks also. One guy asked me on social media, like with the cracks, did you study actually real cracks in stones? I was like, no, man. I just scratch a bit, and when you go to another tile, you move a half a centimeter or something, and you just see, man. Guess what looks good?
Oh, okay. I'm seeing this window here, and it looks really delicate.
That's a bit fragile. That's true. Yeah.
Still all foam.
Yeah, it's foam. Yeah. I just cut this out with how I do that. I make the whole thing. It's of course thin foam, and then I just press with the pencil a hole in it, and I put it on my hot wire cutter, and I make loose the wire, and I put it through the hole, and I make it again. I attach it, and then you can cut from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, you don't have to go through it. So I did that for all the three. That was quite a bit of work.
Yeah, I can imagine.
For all the windows, and for the smaller ones too, the round ones.
I mean, my thinking process usually is a bit different, because if I know that I'm going to make 3 or 4 of the same thing, I'm start thinking like, should I cast them? Should I, make a model and cast it and make copies or whatever?
No, yeah. But I'm an idiot. I didn't even drew them all up front or made a shape. I did them all individual again and again.
Yeah, on the other hand, what you do get like this is that they will all be slightly different, which
Yeah.
I mean, their hand carved things, they should be different.
It's supposedly like say feelable, if that's an English word. You can sense that something has been individually made. Yeah, I believe that. But it's just maybe not stupidity. I'm just so into what I'm doing when I'm model building that I'm don't really work technically systematically. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really on high energy. I just keep going. That's why I need to consciously say what I told you. I need to take a break now, and I clean up everything then sometimes too, because I want to see it on my desk. I don't want anything around it, and I really take a coffee and go away from it, come back and like 5-10 minutes, just look how everything looks, and then I go further, and then it goes like in a rush. I just want to see as fast as possible how something works in a model. That's how I work, actually.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm seeing that you also put the ribs on the inside of the. I mean, this is. I mean, it's a fantasy building, but you really did your research here. You really did your research.
No, I didn't research this, but I knew this. When at the art school, I also had art history, of course, and I had the whole art history. I also did other schools where I had the whole art history 3 times, so I know how this kind of structures look like a bit. I think, but I did not research for this one again.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, the foliage looks perfect.
This I did so fast, Karl.
It's all today, yeah? All today.
I told you I would start making this movie by 5, and I'm a guy. If I tell something like that, I'm also going to stick to it. So this one I really slammed on there. To be honest, it was fast, but hey, it looked alright, so I was happy. Yeah, you just put glue wherever you think that it might grow, 5, 6, 7 places, and then you throw the stuff on. And the only thing I did after that was some of the plants I painted like the ones on top I left. I don't know why, but it looked good, a bit green and yellow.
Yeah.
But some of the lower ones for variation also, I painted them like red and brown and different kind of yellow, a bit white even.
Beautiful work.
I think when you have a lot of that's what I'm thinking now. When you have a lot of products like from Noch, it's a famous, for example, it doesn't matter who it is, and you have seen that a lot of times already, like on railroad models, and it becomes recognizable also, and that can be irritating. You know what I mean?
I think I know what you mean. Yeah, especially if it's a particular color or stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, that's maybe also. It's always good to customize what you can, and it's no effort to just take some paint and throw it on that foliage. See what happens, and if you don't like it, you can paint it the original color again.
Yeah.
The only thing you shouldn't paint is the static grass, of course. I'm just saying, because it will go flat again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to varnish the whole thing still, but I have to really varnish around the static grass, I think.
Do you? Because most people I know just varnish over the static grass. It just helps it to stick better. I don't think it flattens unless you put a lot of pressure on it.
Okay, then I can try it. Yeah, I have no experience. I read that it would go flat. Someone said that.
Okay, just don't put a lot of pressure directly on it, kind of thing. Because if you're spraying at high pressure right on it, it will flatten.
I will spray it in the direction that it has to be. Yeah, try to. Yeah, and if some goes flat, then it's not nothing to cry about. But I want to keep it, of course, as good as possible.
Okay, Campaign Terrain is saying that he really liked the water damage on this one.
The water damage.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, I also painted that in the end. Thank you. And I also like that the white and black streaks. It means probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really in the end. That I was working with quite a big brush, and I was adding some. I found that adding some really quite bright white spots here and there on the model really works for realism. And I was doing it there, but I didn't like it there, so I diluted with water, and you get the broader white grayish things. And I thought, hey, this looks like water damage, indeed. And yeah, so I just found it out coincidentally, just by doing something.
Nice.
That's what here I go again. But I learned it, to be honest, also in art school, that when you work and you're open-minded, you know what I mean, to what can happen. They call it you get sometimes presents that you don't accept, and you really have to take these presents if they work for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, happy. We call them happy little accidents.
Yeah. I wanted to. When I was thinking about talking about this a bit before, I wanted also to refer to Bob Ross.
Yes.
He said that. Yeah. But it's true. Yeah, you can always check, like because I was actually removing paint, and this happened a bit, and then I did it on purpose, of course, and then I also checked, like, hey, where do I want it about precisely? But yeah, that's also one of the things I like about model building. That even though you're working alone in a model, a lot of things happen or something on a small scale.
Oh yeah,
it's funny.
Totally. Yeah. So I had a question. How did you structure how did you build the structure of these walls? Because I thought initially that you had cut out the angles and the corners on a proxon, and then you cut out the inside. But I'm seeing damage like this. It looks very difficult to do in that way.
No, I will take one for example and try to explain. Let's see if you can see this.
Mm-hmm.
Like this. These are just 3 plates, and they are connected on the inside with these wall parts. You know, the
Okay.
diagonal. And these are just how do you call that?
Strips
Yeah,
put on.
separate strips that I made, and I just glued them on, and then I just took the whole thing and partly put it through the hot wire cutter with a knife. I took out stuff, and
Nice. Okay.
that's how I did it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it is built up in multiple parts. Okay.
Yeah, and even I did change some things. I wasn't happy about the. I built already a lot, and then I wasn't happy about the proportions between the 3 different parts of the tower. And you can, of course, change. Like, I don't know exactly anymore, but maybe this one had to become shorter. So I think, oh, it's no problem. I just take a bit off. But then all your windows and everything didn't align anymore with how high the room should be. So I had to change. So I just cut out the whole middle piece and glued that in a new one. So this kind of stuff I did a lot, actually.
Whoa. Okay.
And yeah, it's also. Do you also know the term "kill your darlings" or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, that's also for me part of the game.
I mean,
You don't do a concession like okay, it's not really great, but I don't feel like changing this. I'll put it in. I never do this. I'm going to change it.
Yeah, it is something that I need to unlearn sometimes, because if I see a mistake I've made, it's not always mentally easy for me to say, okay, I'm going to remove all of that and replace it, because I'm always thinking, okay, I might make it worse.
No,
So
it's tough, but it will make you mentally stronger.
Oh yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Yeah, we're kidding a bit, but it's no, but yeah, they say that Dutch people have an advantage.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I once heard it. I don't know if it's true, but it's about design. That Dutch design is quite well known in the world. But they say that's because like Dutch people are quite sober, and people in other countries might fall in love with an idea sooner and not see other options.
Okay.
I don't know if it's true, but it went through my mind.
That's definitely something to keep in mind, though. Yeah.
No.
Let's see, did we miss anything? And let's bring up this door again, because the reliefs here are real nice. And I think you were going for an aged bronze look here.
Yeah, it wasn't consciously bronze, but I just thought in my mind popped green would look nice, a pale green, and it's probably because I saw a lot of bronze things on old buildings that it was in my mind. But indeed, it does resemble bronze. And I made not a mistake, but I made a different choice, and it's helping me now because first I made everything green, then I didn't really like it. Then I thought I'd try gold, but
Okay.
it didn't look good at all. But you see still a little bit of the gold shining through, and it really works now. So that's again something that happened, and I left like that. You see it a little bit in the middle. It looks a bit brownish, but you can feel it almost. And the rest, what I did is, it's quite rough. Again, I just painted a lot of diluted black and white over it to give it a warm look, like I did almost all the model actually. Oh, there you have another VIP.
The thing is that these statues add so much to the design, and they also give it a sense of scale.
Yeah, I do see better detailed statues in other people's builds. Maybe they use other material or something. I need to find out because I want to.
I think most people I've seen who have statues in their build actually use miniatures. They literally just
Miniatures.
stick the miniature into the.
Cheaters, man. No, I think I'm going to try milliput or something. Might that be a good idea?
I think so because let's put it this way. In my opinion, miniatures are too detailed to use as statues.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This doesn't look bad on the one hand, but from up close, it's just not enough detail for me.
Because there has to be a balance between too much. Because if you look at statues are in they are detailed, but they're not
No, I feel
copies
you.
of a
I know
person.
what you mean. I think I know exactly what you mean.
Plus, I mean, if you can pull it off with milliput, yeah, definitely that would look really good. I think.
Yeah, I can sculpt figures. I think I did that in the past. I made a Lord of the Rings chess game and this kind of thing. So
Seriously,
I think I can manage. I started. I didn't finish.
Still.
Yeah. Yeah. That was from actual clay. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Dungeon Matron is saying, I like the challenge of correcting a mistake without tearing down what I have done. So yeah, it is a different way of doing it.
You don't always have to tear everything down, but yeah, that you can also. Yeah, that's a bit what I do sometimes with what I thought about the chipping.
Mm-hmm.
When it's not really perfect after doing it with some technique, I do a correction with the brush. But on the other hand, sometimes if I really cannot save it anymore, I will build it again.
Man, this looks so good.
Yeah, I like this. You probably don't know him, but there's a Dutch artist that's not alive anymore that I really like. He's called Anton Pieck. You heard of him?
I'm afraid not.
Oh yeah, okay. I can send you some images per app. It's very, very, very fairy tale like what he makes. He made an amusement park in Holland. Really cool.
All right.
If you don't know him,
what do you say the name was? Anton Pieck?
Anton, and then Pieck, Peeck.
Okay, I will definitely look him up later.
Yeack. Oh no, Y is the. Oh, sorry.
Pyeack.
No, Pieck.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely look him up.
Really atmospheric illustrator.
Okay, so Dungeon Matron is saying, in the case of this build, a bad, cheaply molded miniature would work for the statues because of the exposed weathering this implies.
Yeah.
That is actually a good idea because the really super cheap miniatures have less detail and they would work really well for this kind of statue.
Okay. Yeah. Cheap. Okay. That could be an idea. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Yeah, let's take a look at the whole thing again because this is just amazing. Okay. While we're watching this, just a reminder that to see more of Jeroen's work, you can find his Instagram and his Facebook page linked in the video description. Definitely check it.
And adding to that, this week I will also try to put some stuff on my YouTube channel.
Okay,
I have
nice.
a lot. Yeah, I have a lot. Yeah, I also put it on Facebook. I think you can also put movies there, but whatever people like to watch. But yeah, I made a lot of short movies when I'm working on this thing. So maybe it's nice if people want to know how I did things. Then I'll try to make a video as clear as possible.
Yeah, I will be studying it.
You will be looking?
I will be studying it because, I mean, seriously, this is one of, I think I can safely say that this is one of the my favorite builds that I've seen in 2024.
Oh, thank you. That's quite a compliment. Now, I still have to edit a bit. I just, of course, put on the camera and I work for half an hour, but I have to edit it a bit, and I'm not really experienced in how to sometimes film things. So then you're filming for half an hour and you find out that your hand is constantly in front of what you're doing. Oh shit, I have to do it again. Yeah. But
Okay,
I did have some. I have some things that are maybe interesting.
I mean, my friend Michael from Net1 Videos had taught me when I started that it is going to make you slower, but you don't film for, you don't just leave the camera running and film. You say, okay, I'm going to film me doing this thing. I'm going to film 2 minutes of it, and then you turn the camera off.
No, but you know, sometimes when I work on certain parts, I do so many corrections, and to be honest, I cut out a few of those corrections in the editing and make a shorter A2 set.
Yeah, I mean, that's perfectly fair.
So then you need to tape like 20 minutes, or else I don't. Yeah, that's too boring for people. I think to see me paint the same thing over 4 times.
Yeah. On the other hand, showing how you fix a mistake or how you fix a problem is super useful.
Yeah, it's so fake what you see in those videos. It doesn't go that smoothly, people.
It's ready.
Looks like I'm really fast and make it right.
Yeah,
it's
I know.
Not true. Yeah. There I used a piece that I made first another spire but that was too big, you see. But I used it here like something that's fallen on the ground, in the left in the image here. Yeah. We have some debris on the ground that's just random shapes, but some is also or what I have left over from a failed experiment, or what I made purposely to look like something that was an element of the castle.
I see. So no parts wasted, right? I mean, if it didn't work out, it becomes ground cover.
Or on the ground, or it's in a box in the closet there, maybe for another project. The spiral chairs didn't let me go yet. They're still there. 3 I built.
One day.
3 of them I've built and put away. I locked them up. Yeah.
But yeah, well done. Seriously, well done. This is a magnificent build.
Sorry?
I said seriously, well done. This is a magnificent piece of work.
Thanks.
Okay, now we've gone over that. What do you say we go on Discord and see what others have posted?
Yeah, I've spoken my mind about modeling, so I'm fine with this. That's good. No, seriously, of course. But I have some text in my screen, and I cannot wait. Gone. I should have done that before, man.
What happened?
Yeah, I put it away. There was some kind of. I could look around it, but in my own work. But now I have to.
Okay.
Respect for other people's work and really see the whole image.
Okay, so let's see. The first one is from Sophie, some swamp terrain.
Oh wow! I'm gonna put on my glasses because it's small, and I have, believe it or not, cannot see well from up close.
Give me a second. I'll enlarge it. There we go.
Go. New guy.
Hey, where'd you go?
That looks cool. Really well built. What are those? Those are trees or something?
Piece of wood and trees.
Oh yeah.
And there are little ropes around the.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's all made with actual wood, I think.
Yeah, apparently some super cheap wood, and these are probably coffee stair sticks.
Yeah, I thought something like that. Yeah.
And I'm guessing the bark on the trees might be some kind of putty or something like that, like milliput or something.
Yeah, it looked like this. Yeah, but still, well, also nicely painted. Totally different from like what I do or something. That's fascinating, in a way.
There's lots of ways to do the same thing. That's why it's always interesting to see other people's work.
Yeah, there's also lots of detail. Wow, that's cool. It's like a sort of a tree house, huh?
Yeah. Okay, also some nice shading on the tree there.
Hey, the little ropes. That's nice detail.
Yeah.
Well, that's must have been quite a work also. I like also the bottom. What do you call that? The ground in the forest. It's
Yeah.
really realistic.
It's got
Not too
a
much, but just right.
yeah, and there's a lot of variation with the
Yeah.
plants. I think there are some tiny mushrooms here.
Yeah, I think I see a little bit of elevation, but not too much. It's
just enough to make it interesting.
mushrooms. I cannot see it. I have only a small screen here.
I think they're in the middle over here, near the.
Oh yeah, yeah. That must be rooms. Yeah, it's imaginative to come up with something like this.
Yeah. Okay, so the bark is polymer clay.
Sorry?
The bark is polymer clay. These the parts here.
Yeah, it looks really realistic. It's good.
Okay. Okay. We have some work in progress pictures too.
Oh, here you see how it's made. Yeah, yeah, nice work. Cool.
So just sticks and built up.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you, Sophie. This was really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's good.
Next one up is from Chris. Foam core foam. Okay, it's a recycled cardboard building.
I think so. Or maybe the sides are not. Maybe the sides are wood, but I think that the roof is cardboard. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got his notes here, and they're recycled cardboard built over a foam core body.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
So I don't know if he sent us any pictures yet, but he was at a convention. He built about 30 or 20 of these, and just for different people to add more stuff on.
Ah, okay. So other people can finish them,
Yeah.
so to speak. Yeah, you can grout it or whatever. Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
This is also from same person.
Same
Oh,
from also from
I
Chris.
see
Yeah.
the wizard there. Yeah. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah, yeah.
And this is the same building with the windows in place.
Yeah.
So plastic windows in there.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to when he shows us the whole what the other people have worked on.
When someone finished it a bit, yeah.
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 Okay, so this is from 1 second.
But it's a nice idea, though, that you build something and other people can finish that how they like.
I mean, usually crafting is kind of a solitary thing, but it's nice to find ways to do it with other people.
Yeah.
Up.
Wow.
Okay, this is from Martin from Palpatilia.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's kind of a tree figure or something.
Yeah. Usually
like
the
an
way
ant from Lord of the Rings.
yeah, the way that Martin
Maybe.
works usually is he finds interesting looking sticks and then he builds parts up with milliput and green stuff to make these creatures.
Oh, really? Okay. That's also a different approach again.
Yeah, so he always comes up with these really interesting, creepy creatures.
Yeah, a bit creepy, yeah.
Okay.
Also, so you said 3. Okay.
Okay, 1 second.
Oh, it's nicely detailed too. I like the head in the middle.
I think that's green stuff sculpt. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Martin,
You can
did you?
buy it like that, or what do you mean?
No, I think he sculpted it, but I don't know.
Oh,
Martin,
you
did you
sculpted.
sculpt those?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, nice.
And these look like beads of some sort, so these are probably you can probably buy these. But the head in the middle, I think something he built.
Oh, yeah, that looks really authentic, like a medieval sculpt.
He's got a whole wall going. Look.
But this, I think, can use still more paint, or not?
Yeah, I think it's still unpainted, it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All finished. I thought so, yeah. Yeah, it will look great, I think.
Okay, and here's the other side.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
nice little windows. With
Plastic windows, yeah?
Yeah, I think you can buy it like that stuff.
I think those might be Lego parts. Yeah, because
Lego.
you can buy the Lego windows that are in that shape and use them like that.
That's maybe for me also a good idea then.
And if it fits.
Yeah.
Because yes, if there are some repetitive parts, there's no it doesn't make sense to if you have to make 30 or 40 of those windows, you're just going to go crazy.
Yeah, and it's and you have to make something that's a bit sturdy and yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is okay. Nice.
Oh, it's interesting structure. Yeah.
Now these are plastic parts and metal mesh.
It's metal.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are, I think, individual bricks, no?
Yep.
Yeah, must be.
Yeah, there.
I never do that because that's a lot of repetitive work, man. But a lot of people do it.
Yeah, the thing is, I started to enjoy it because it's like it is repetitive, but usually can do something else while once you get used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
you can
also
do something else while doing it.
things that I do, by the way. Yeah.
So yeah, Martin's saying they are Lego windows.
Okay. Yeah.
And they're super cheap. Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for the advice then. Good idea. What are those pipes there? Actually, I cannot see it well.
Which ones? The
you have the 3 blocks, bigger blocks, and then you have those beams under. Or are they supposed to be wood or something?
I think they're beams. Yeah.
Oh, now I see it better. Yeah, they look bent. I thought it doesn't fit into time to have pipes like that. Okay. Yeah. No, it looks a bit bent in the photo, but okay.
I think it's just the angle of it.
It's nice detail that there's some stones left out in the underside. Or is it still going to be built? I hope not.
Might be going in with different size of stones, I guess. Okay, here's another sculpted icon.
Yeah. Nice.
And brick by brick arches and rose window.
Yeah. Yeah, you could easily also draw that in, I think.
Possibly, yeah. I mean,
it's not that deep, and it's not so much brick sticking, but yeah, everyone likes to work how he likes to work, of course.
I think it's just
like here on the right, it's more difficult with a pencil because you really have some bricks more pushed in than others.
They're definitely larger.
Yeah,
and here, okay.
This is nice detail too. 1 brick dropped.
Damaged stonework.
There you have. Is it the spiral stairs?
Yeah, Martin, is that spiral or is it just a corner?
Oh my God. True.
Let's see if it answers. It might be an actual. Ooh, okay. It's a bit.
Surrealistic.
Yeah, I took inspiration from Piranesi's Carcery. Nice. Okay.
I don't know that.
It's a. I want to say 17th century architect Giovanni Piranesi had made this book of sketches, which was basically fictional prisons.
Okay.
And yeah, it is a very, very weird book, but very interesting.
Well, it doesn't look so weird. It looks plausible for me, but.
Okay, also from Martin.
Oh, nice.
Martin, you have been very busy.
Yeah, a lot of sticks.
Okay, nice playable interior there.
A lot of those houses in Germany.
Yeah, I really love that style. It's really beautiful.
I like that so open from this side. I assume it will stay like this.
It's just a corner. He didn't dare to tackle the spiral stairs yet.
Okay, yeah, when you make a spiral stair to one floor, it's not also a big problem yet. When you want to try 3 floors and come out right, it's going to give you migraines. But okay.
There we go.
Yeah, nice. It's also photographed well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, lovely work, Martin.
Nicely done. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really interested in these ones. I'm really looking forward to see how this works out.
This is all from the same person.
All from the same person, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I also want to see how it continues. But that will be your next broadcast then, or?
Maybe. I mean, Martin has been on once or twice already. No, I think just once. So, but yeah, no, he's always welcome here.
Yeah. Okay, it's not decided yet.
Not decided yet. No.
I don't know how your program is.
Yeah, usually I just pull names out of a hat and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Or if I see something really interesting on Facebook, I say, okay, I need to talk to this person.
Yeah.
Okay, Jeroen, thank you so much. It's been fantastic talking to you, and going over that piece was really interesting. It was educational.
I liked also. Thank you too, because you gave me this time to talk about it. And my English was a bit rusty sometimes, but
it was fine. It was perfect.
Overall, I'm happy. And yeah, nice that some people were interested also to listen. Appreciate it. And look.
Okay, so again, the links to Speeders and Scapes on Facebook and Instagram are in the links below. I'll add the YouTube link as soon as I have it. So if you can send me the YouTube link, I'll put it in there as well.
Right. Right now, there's not much on my YouTube, but I will put something there soonish.
Oh, we will be waiting. We will be waiting.
Yeah, also on Facebook, Karl. It will maybe be the same even, but we'll see.
Okay, everyone else, thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a good time, and we'll see you next week.
I sure did. Yeah.
Okay.
And thank you too. Okay, have a nice evening then.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.